Kind day to you all! I'm Kinsmarck, and this is the last time I'll ever cover Hawken. Because it's closing down a day from now, and I am sad to see it go. At least from PC, because the console version is carrying on. And in fact, from what I've seen, that is the cause for the shutdown of the PC version, so that the developers can concentrate on the furtherance of the console version. So, I am here to celebrate this game and its long tenure as, I think, one of the penultimate mech combat games on the free-to-play market. So let's cut to the chase, connect to a match, and I think I'll conduct a little team deathmatch. Ah, man, I have missed this music. Because it just gives me such a feeling of nostalgia. And I feel I should also clarify a couple of things as I await connection to a match, because I couldn't tell you how active the community is, considering this is the last day the servers are online. One, this game changed hands about mid-development, because originally, one of my favorite maps to close out the series for, it was developed in Adhesive Studios, and they carried out one hell of a development campaign and constantly updated, introduced new features. They actually cared about the game, if I'm honest. And can I change my mech? Because I'm apparently piloting that thing, and I'd like to pilot my assault mech, and that's the problem. I am all alone in here, so how did I connect to a match that's empty? Let's try this one more time. And there we are, I connected to an actually populated match, and I can carry on. Anyway, Adhesive Games came out with the first version of this game. And then, about midway through development, several years ago at this point, the game changed hands, and, a company some may know rather infamously as Reloaded Entertainment, I think is their correct name, they picked it up, and all development came to a screeching halt, because apparently they didn't have a very smooth transition from the things that I recall reading. Apparently they had to essentially reverse engineer the game and come up with means to integrate any new features, and apparently they put an auto prompt to taunt into place. They also added a server browser, which was cool. That's how I actually found this match, so credit there at least. And I think it was just the almost immediate stagnation of the game from them acquiring it to, well, just that happening, really. Then nothing happening. I think a lot of folks that once adored this game, like myself, just started drifting away from it, because one can only play a game, even one that one loves, so many times and still enjoy it, because there just isn't anything new added to it. And that, I think, is what doomed this game, sadly to say. Oh man. Concentrating on thoughtful commentary and combat. Always a challenge, and man, this game, it moves a little faster than it might look, as clunky as these mechs move around. I still got it! I can knock the rust off. Come on. I ain't as rusty as all that. Never mind the color of my mech. There we are. There we are. Come on. Oh yeah, quarter him. Crush him! Sorry, that was a little friendly fire there. That was my mistake. Oh god. Oh god. Thanks, there. Alright, hang on. There we go. I can still rely on my muscle memory to hit the right keys for the functions in this game. Alright, so, come on, my little cosmetic drones, because I actually purchased those using acquired currency that I earned through achievements, and I think the original incarnation of the game, to purchase those things. Come on, just to keep up the punishment. There we go. Yes! I can crush all opposition, even rusty as I am. There we go. Fix me on up. Another curious clarification note information about this game. Despite all of the time, the years that it has spent in development, in its original hands and the new, This game never came out of early access. Check the Steam page for it. It still shows that it is an early access title. Ah, I got flanked. And I think after a certain point, that's a misnomer. Because it isn't exactly early if this thing came out years and years and years ago. At that point, it's just access. Alright, yeah, achievement unlocked. I actually had to complete, another clarification point here, several tutorial missions as I connected to this again, because, full disclosure, I'll confess, I actually haven't played this in many months, because as much as I love it again, I just couldn't find any enjoyment out of playing the same mechs on the same map with the same grind and the same achievements and things to unlock awaiting me, and I already have most of the things that I want unlocked in the game, so there just wasn't much to entice me to continue playing. So, I think I'll continue on in this server, because, man, it took me a while to actually find one that's populated. So, let's see how this proceeds from here. Should I CRT TV recruit? Feels fitting, although there's a reason I don't use this thing, because it's a hunk of junk. So I think I'll actually stick with the assault unit and proceed that way, because I'll close this out in my style using my favorite mech. Alright, let's do this. I just have such a sense of, like, saddened regret that I didn't play this more. Because I really do love this game. Alright, let's see here. There we go. I'm indeed concentrating and going full tryhard for this, because I'd like to end this with one hell of a performance, if I may. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Come on. I know you're out there. There you are. Can't hide from me. Ah, catch that. Have some of those. Ha 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 ha. Alright. I can hear you out there. I know you're here, puppet. Come out. And I promise I'll make it quick. There we go. Come on. Ha 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 ha. Alright. So, fix myself up a little. Also, it occurs to me that several of these opponents are actually AIs, at least judging from the names. I mean, maybe people have just character streams of names, although I'm a little skeptical of that. There we go. Also, some of these folks are making some seriously rookie mistakes. And yeah, a lot of these just look almost more like ID tags than they do Steam usernames. Oh well. I'll still claim all the kills. I'm fine with that. Because it means I can actually play a friggin' match. And like I said, it took me a little while to actually find one I could connect to that was populated. Alright. So, yeah, I think, sadly, a sort of self-fulfilling prophecy happened for this game. Because I think the developers, the new ones, saw much more potential for the console version of it. So, sort of ignored, completely ignored if I'm completely honest, the PC version of it for the last year or so, if not more. And in that time, because of all the static development, folks just fell away from it. And that, of course, made activity and server populations plummet, which then further increases their apparent evidence for the argument that the PC version just isn't worth their attention. And here we are. So, man, I think it's safe to say that most of my team is comprised of players, and almost the entirety, if not the actual entirety, of the opposition are AIs. Alright, I had hoped I could close out on a more challenging note, we are about to absolutely demolish these guys. Although, such is the state of the game, and I can't really help that. So, I can't say that I'm all that informed about the many twists and turns that the development of this game took. Certainly there are many more informed folks than myself covering this on YouTube and other platforms, as well as just in the comments and the discussion threads of this game's own Steam forums. There is a chronicling of its development there that I checked into a little prior to commencing this episode, and I just found that at the end of the day, all of that is academic and moot, since it is, after all, about to close down for good on PC. So, I'd say consider Hawken a console-only game at this point, an exclusive that did not start as such. Alright, can I, hollow emote for this guy, give him a little dance? And then I shall salute his performance and this game's. Alright, so that's it. I'm gonna exit match and call an end to it. I'm sad to do it. Even though, man, I can definitely tell that some things have changed since this changed hands. Because this never happened. It used to always center one's own mech here on the main menu. And man, some of these menus have also changed. I know they also discontinued all sales of microtransaction content in this game after they announced that they were sunsetting the servers. So kudos there. I mean, it's not like they're still collecting to the very last minute. So they pretty much just called it quits. A few months ago, actually, is when the announcement about this came out, and I figured it was just appropriate for me to cover it on the last day and give it an actual send-off in a timely manner. So let me just check and see. Did they actually make good on their claim? Hang on. Because their Steam announcement says, that they shut these down, and they lied. 505/Reloaded Games? You guys aren't coming across entirely honestly now. Alright, hang on, let me check. Just one last assessment for the record. Let's see, I don't have enough credits to purchase this thing. So could I, using these other credits that I don't have? Alright, so that's just going to take me here. Interesting. Okay, so meteor currency purchasing is currently disabled. However, I could still purchase... What was that? Hang on, let's see here. Man, so market, yeah, mech credits. Alright, I can still get these. I just couldn't get meteor credits. So that's mixed messages. Because that means I can still get certain customized items for actual cash, and then others I can't. The ones that are strictly paid credits only, I can't. So, man, sour feeling to end on. Anyway, all that said, I enjoyed this game once upon a time, and I am sad to see it die, and apparently it's going to die a slow death, because color me skeptical that the console version is going to continue all that much longer if this is the state of choices and decision-making that its current leadership are making. So, a fond farewell to the original Hawken, at least, because, I don't know, I can hardly state enough how much I appreciated, adored, and loved this game during that short window in which it was good, and it actually came out with new content, and it innovated, and man, I'm so sad to see that this, for one last little note of, you know, what could have came of it, the immersive cockpits in this game, they lend themselves so much to this advent, currently, of VR technology. And I think that was planned for this game. I can't tell you if it's ever actually got implemented for it. I think there were plans to do so. I'm just not certain if they were ever actually finalized or implemented. Even so, current technology for VR could have lent this game one hell of an immersive experience that just nothing else on the market as it currently exists could compete with. Because this is already one of the most immersive mech combat games in existence, and adding that extra layer to it could have really, I think, lent it legs that might have saved it. I mean, that's just conjecture and perhaps wishful thinking. At the same time, though, I'm sad to see that it could never come to that. So, anyway, I'm going to close out here. Thank you all kindly for watching. If you have enjoyed my coverage of this game throughout its life, consider checking out our Patreon to help us keep the show alive. I'm Kinsmarck here at Last Level Press, and as always, I wish you all good gaming and Godspeed.